Hello, folks. We got a bit of a mid-break kind of thing coming at you live, a little bit of information for you. So, for those of you who aren't aware and haven't been tuning in, myself, Rain Day, and hopefully Hi-Rez and it's next Tuesday, we'll have our third episode of Overtime going live on the Paladins gaming channel. That'll be at 2:30 EST, or it'll be at 8:30 CEST, if I'm not mistaken. It's a Paladins talk show where we group up as a live group of players, and we just talk about some of the spoils that have come out the week. We talk about the patch that's come out of the week, and we discuss all things Paladins. Now, we've got a little bit of stuff that, somebody just mentioned, it has got a face cam coming out there as well, which is great. But also, we're very excited to announce we've just set up a new Twitter account for it. So if you want to keep up to date with everything Overtime, that information will be available in chat in just a second. It is called @OvertimeTalk, and we'll be posting the episodes there. There'll be links to my website where you can find the back archive of episodes. There's currently a tweet up saying where you can find all of that information. And we've just had some very, very interesting spoils yesterday from errors coming through. So we have a lot of interesting stuff to discuss, such as map changes, lack of mount for the next couple of weeks, and stuff like lower TTK and all that jazz. Rain, anything to add to that?
Well, I think a lot of people, if you haven't seen the show, will really enjoy it. If you like Paladins, if you're really interested in just discussing the game or hearing new things about the game that the developers aren't necessarily ready to give you because it's on a very kind of scheduled kind of path of giving you information at a certain time every week, Vox and I kind of extend that, and we go more in depth, and we have a lot of fun. We bring on we're trying to bring on as many guests as possible. I believe we're gonna have Nick Hi-Rez Pretty Hair join us this week as well, and get some discussion there. We had Pixie Kitty on. We'll probably try and get a bunch of different people. Maybe Dry Bear will join us one day. We'd love to have that happen. So we're gonna really, I think, use this as a platform to give you guys more information and spoils and cool things, and then discuss how we can make the game better and get your feedback as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of the feedback from Overtime, from you watching or us just discussing it, actually gets implemented into the game because of how responsive Hi-Rez is and really making a game that the community wants and that they love. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Absolutely, and it's going to be a lot of fun coming up this Tuesday. As you said, I would love to have Dry Bear on at some point. I think we could get some deliciously juicy information coming through. It'd be fantastic to hear if there's any, like more long-term plans and maybe some spoilers about the Paladins Invitational. That's the next big competitive event that we know about currently, the next big LAN event, and I'm itching to find out more information about that, but beyond the fact that it's got a $150,000 prize pool and it's being held at Hi-Rez Expo. Now, we will have some live interaction with that. One important thing about doing this live on Twitch rather than a pre-recorded YouTube video is so we can have chat interaction. There are two primary elements to the show. The first section will give you sort of we'll have a list of topics that we want to cover. We'll have a bit of discussion just between the members that are actually on the show, maybe picking up a couple of points from the audience. But then the second part, the first part is uploaded to YouTube. The second part is live streamed only on twitch.tv/Paladins game, and that will be discussion between us and the audience where you're free to ask us questions. We want to hear your feedback, we want to hear your opinions, we want to have you post questions to us so we can talk about what we feel like going into the next few patches or the next bit of information that we've just heard as well. And we also want to talk about your concepts. So currently we have got a hashtag, or we will have a hashtag set up for the next time we're going live. It will be hashtag Overtime Podcast, all one word, that is Overtime Podcast. We'll drop some information for you about that when we actually do go live. And yeah, we'd love to use that as a discussion format, not just so via Twitch chat, but also so you can tweet at us via Twitter and maybe also drop us some information like your champion concept art or your champion concept ideas as well. Because we talked a little bit about that last week, didn't we, Rain? And we got really quite in depth.
Yeah, like lore. I mean, we pretty much do this anyway, so I think we've kind of looked at maybe making an actual aspect of it into the show, but things are still developing, which is great. So all of your thoughts, all of your feedback, you can find us on Twitter. I put also Vox and my Twitter there, so you could follow both of us because we just retweeted the link. I know it's so new, it might be a little hard to search and find, but if you just go to our Twitters, either at Rainday Gaming or at Vox_Tempest, you will actually be able to just see the direct retweet from the Twitter, and you can go there and follow it and just add us, ask questions, maybe suggest topics we can cover on the shows, suggest aspects we could cover or things we could add to it. If you want to spend more time discussing champions or more time on trying to figure out the patch notes and what really changed in the meta or the competitive scene, let us know. So we're really open to feedback, both Vox and myself. So we're pretty excited for it.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. As you said, going to have an extra guest on, looking to have a rotating cast of guests going through. Primary host will be Rain Day with his gorgeous voice right there, keeping it all going. We'll have some webcams for you, and maybe some new graphics coming soon as well. So I'm really thrilled for it. It's been met with such a positive reception. If you haven't checked it out already, it's a great opportunity if you love Paladins just to come in, chat, hang out, grab a few friends, and yeah, talk about all things Paladins. Either way, we'll be getting into the grand finals coming up next. And Rain, who's going to be facing off against who?
Well, it's going to be Eager versus Match Point, the boys who have been undefeated and just absolutely playing out of their mind. We've seen this matchup several times before, and I am very, very excited for this because Eager's been playing well. Kami, I think when he first introduced himself to the Match Point boys on the team of Eager, he got shut down a bit on his buck and wasn't as effective as he is now on this Bomb King. So I'm really, really excited to see how his Bomb King play transitions into against the best team in NA right now.
Absolutely, and that next game is starting shortly. We've just got in past the spectator delay, so whilst we set up and sync, we'll be cutting to a very brief break. Excuse my lack of words there, and expect us to be back within 1 or 2 minutes in just a moment. Champions of the Realm, welcome back to Counting with Vox. If you might have accidentally caught the last bit of that, as we did sync our spectator clients all together. Of course, my name is the one and the only Vox Tempest. I'm joined by Hi-Rez Pretty Hair for our grand finals today, and the teams are stacked against each other. On the left-hand side of your scoreboard, fighting out of the blue corner, it will be Match Point, Kusqt playing Cassie, Smidgen on Eevee, stolzey on Androxus, doesupz on Bomb King, and NiPHeaton, formerly known as Kyle on Grok.
And on the right side of your spectator UI, fighting out of the red corner will be Team Eager here. Wi-Fi on Cassie, Z1 Unknown on Androxus, Kami on Bomb King, JAKEB on Victor, Bitey rounding things out on the Grok here. And some pretty interesting burn cards coming out in this first round.
Yeah, once again, Kami running the Wrecker, which they ran first round on Glacier. Keep previously looking to take down the shield of NiPHeaton. Wi-Fi running Kill the Heal as well. Looks like Eager are going to be very, very aggressive and looking for the Kill the Heal snowball right now. The first objective is spawned on the left-hand side of your minimap. It will be mines. And the barrage comes out from either team as the Bomb Kings just start throwing shade across at each team. And actually, Eager taking the brunt of that poke as the capture advantage starts to go towards Match Point.
Yeah, Match Point doing a good job staying grouped up here, poking them out here. Kami trying to reconnect with his team here. We'll get some poke down onto doesupz. We'll actually get the first blood there. Bitey being credited with that one. Z1 Unknown picking up second blood on Smidgen. And after the initial poke going out so strongly in favor of Match Point, they drop the first 2 kills.
I think they're overextended right there, and as stolzey is shut down on Androxus, just has the floor wiped with him right there. You're going to see the last couple of members of Match Point retreat for the regroup and look for the retake right there. It's a triple right now, but Z1 Unknown wants none of it. They're pushing in deep. They're looking for the shutdown. There goes the totemic ward. Everybody has to drop back, and they might have overextended themselves right now. As Z1 Unknown being brought very low by the shots from Smidgen, the sticky bombs detonated midair. Now the damage starts coming onto the objective. Got to take down the Victor on the outside. Grumpy bombs go to zone, but they're going to find nobody right here but Smidgen. Check out Smidgen on Eevee, pushing in, drops the damage, takes out Kami. That's a huge pick right now, as a lot of damage potential. Now comes the ice block, looking for the blink potentially. Blink goes in, finds nobody, but death awaits you all up in the air as you want to know with your curse thumb, finds stolzey, and it could go either way still at this point.
So NiPHeaton now on the capture point, trying to get things started there, but Kusqt is completely isolated. Nice chain lightning damage coming out from NiPHeaton. Gonna poke Bitey very low. Smidgen's gonna be able to clean him up. Z1 Unknown is pressured out himself, sitting at about half health there, but he does find a kill onto doesupz there before Smidgen retreats back to the ramparts here, looking for some take back potential.
I just want to point out that despite Kami having Wrecker right now, NiPHeaton's shield just barely moved up in the air. Z1 Unknown looks for Smidgen. Smidgen under a lot of fire. Smidgen does have the wormhole blink back. He's able to get to safety. NiPHeaton sitting on the objective, ticking up the time for Match Point right now. And Z1 Unknown left contesting 1v3. Should get shut down here as reversal is useless. Not reflecting any damage. Kusqt getting credit for that kill right now. And whilst the respawns have come through, Bitey up top, his shield, his totemic ward is getting dropped very rapidly. And with Smidgen blinking in behind, the damage coming from doesupz is just too much for him to deal with.
Yeah, it was looking good initially for the boys of Eager there, but the guys on Match Point were able to take that one back there. Kusqt doing a really good job on that Cassie. Actually 2-0 right now, sitting on a 4 elimination streak. Smidgen as well. NiPHeaton actually on a 5 streak right now. Really good job staying alive and staying relevant in that extended engagement.
But up in the air, death awaits you all. Z1 Unknown dropping damage on a Smidgen, does pick up a kill there. The payload being stalled out in the spawn choke point here. Eager looking to hold very aggressively as Bitey drops the chain lightning damage, but Scout has come out. Fatal Sign has come out. Bitey in a lot of damage, gets dropped by stolzey, opens up the potential pathway to push this payload through the spawn choke point right through into cliff tops, and doesupz with a sticky bomb round the corner, takes out Wi-Fi there. Takes out Z1 Unknown. stolzey drops Wi-Fi, and the payload starting to continue. And look at the positioning coming out of doesupz right now. Going into the high ground, using Poppy Bomb, not just with the self knockback, but the enemy knockback as well, to blast everybody out of the way and force them out of these choke points. I love it.
Yeah, now sitting on a 6 streak is NiPHeaton, formerly Sakyle, on this Grok here. I really like his build here, running the Healing Rain 4 and the Crackle 4 in conjunction here. We see players tend to go one way or the other with the heals, but he's just elected to take both and see how eager to respond to it.
And there's nobody here who can actually contest the payload, as doesupz gets the double kill right at the end. dousupz doubles down for the double kill and will wipe everybody out. Actually, converting that to a triple kill post-round. And yeah, 4 points up, lead match point right now. And once again, so Eager left JAKEB contesting the payload whilst there was a lot of contention going around on the backside of their base, and they split up a little bit too much, having nobody close enough to get in for the contest. And a Victor can't really sit in there and take a lot of damage, and that's one of the downsides of Victors. When it comes to objective play, they are not somebody who you want on the point, but there is retake potential here. So let's check out the burn cards coming through for round 2 of Match Point versus Eager.
Yeah, it's looking really, really heavily in favor of match point right now, but they have 3 players on streaks, 3 players with ultimates available, and everyone is 2 slotted, whereas on Eager, only 1 person is 2 slotted and no ultimates are available.
Closest one will be Wi-Fi, having Fatal Sign Scout available very shortly. That's not going to do enough if there's not something to combine with it. We know that Androxus with Fatal Sign 4 can hit for 900s with the ultimate there, and that's certainly something you don't want to get caught underneath. And spotted out are all of Team Eager. The flank starts to come through. Smidgen into the backside, drops the Blizzard on the players. Bitey staying alive in the totemic wall for the time being, will be able to Ghost Walk if necessary. The damage starts to come through. Bitey actually dropping Smidgen for a return kill after stolzey takes out Cami, but dousupz continuing the pressure. Wi-Fi actually coming back, assisting Bitey with the damage, but stolzey shuts down Wi-Fi. The trades are going either way, and now Bitey is low. Match point are going to start to snowball out of control as JAKEB just gets nowhere with that. The dodge roll from Kusqt is great. The damage onto Bitey is better, and Bitey in the totemic ward that just doesn't stand up for long enough is shut down. Match point, early advantage onto the capture point once again.
Really good showing there coming out of Eager, despite being down in ultimates and burn cards there. Bitey was able to get a lot of work done before eventually kind of being taken out there below his dome shield. But the guys of Eager, excuse me, are coming around the side for a really kind of pincer maneuver flank, it looks like.
But they've been spotted out as checkout dousupz Grumpy Bomb movement. Now up in the air is Z1 Unknown. Z1 Unknown does not have the ultimate available just yet, has to charge it with just a couple more hits. But he's already getting poked out so significantly. Into the backside goes Smidgen, looking for the shutdown. JAKEB with a barrage, drops some damage off the objective, but it's going to find nobody, and death awaits you all. Z1 Unknown drops the Kusqt, but it's not quite enough. But Eager do pick up a couple of kills, but still, holding strong is match point, as whilst the JAKEB, whilst he did manage to get a barrage kill right there, was so vulnerable during that animation that he just got shut down immediately. And that's one of the downsides to Victor that we keep on seeing. He's just too vulnerable right now. He doesn't bring enough bang for his buck to make him very effective versus the very mobile and very, should we say, over-kitted champions that match point are running.
Yeah, so I feel like despite how good your shot is, like just the mobility on Victor is just, it's not enough there.
Oh my god,
he doesn't bring
dousupz
enough to the table there. It's a nice poppy
oh my
bomb.
god, dousupz
Styling around the corner is going to be able to pick up a kill onto Bitey there.
That was phenomenal. We've talked about how these bomb kings have kind of mastered the art of sticky bomb jumping. dousupz sticky bomb jumps a kill right there. He poppy bombs all the way around the corner, drops the bomb onto the ground, blows it up, bounces straight back into the air again. That is so useful right there, as Bitey is unable to contest the payload. Now Bitey holding out the high ground as JAKEB drops the barrage, looking to take out stolzey. Does so effectively. That's a kill going each way as a cursed arm. Projectile shots do take out JAKEB after the fact. And all the meanwhile, the payload's starting to push closer and closer in. Z1 Unknown left contesting, but at no HP. Shut down by Smidgen in the air. No shutdown by Kusqt, and give your king a big hug as Cami goes in with King Bomb, finds nobody for it. And Eager, they're getting staggered so much. This is really hurting them. It's only JAKEB on Victor is left to contest.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kami did eat the Grumpy Bomb and went down shortly after there, allowing match point the window they need for it now, though the Tempest is going to come out in response from Bitey, trying to stall this one out. The Ice Storm goes down from Smidgen before he dies, but Z1 Unknown with the Accursed Arm is able to pick up dousupz, and it looks like Eager have begun to stabilize.
And so with the respawn proximity on Glacier Keep being so close to the conversion point, Eager are starting to push this payload backwards. Now, when there are no allies on it, after a brief period of time, it will actually start to push backwards on its own. So Eager can set up, maybe look for some high ground control. And this is crucial to me here. We talked only a little bit about positioning this game. So where are the key areas of the map that Eager really need to hold and really need to look for poke to avoid match point kind of just snowballing through and taking them in a complete sweep?
Well, it depends where they want to hold. If they want to try and push up and hold all the way in this cliff top choke point, that's one option, as there is kind of this low ground fortress available with the tight corridors providing some cover, as well as the high ground we see Bitey and Smidgen fighting for right now. But if they elect to fall back to their base, it's mostly just comes down to camping your spawn room doors and staying up on the ramparts away from any of the fire of match point.
Well, look, he's come around on the backside, though. It is NiPHeaton. They do have Tempest available, being poked out quite a bit here. No Totemic Ward available into Ghostwalk, but here comes the Tempest as well. The damage is good. It's going to find nobody, though, as Cammy shuts him down already, but Cammy's out of the issue. Poppy Bomb is used. Bitey is on the return here, and Bitey with a return Tempest, and the wipe from Cammy actually saves the team. Overtime will tick down to 0, and Eager holds strong for the first time, getting themselves on the board at 6-1, a 5-point deficit.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job getting high-value ultimates there. We saw them really only needing to use Tempest there to kind of negate that whole push there. And as a result, the ultimate advantage going into this capture point is going to be heavily in Eager's favor here, as we see Barrage is available, Accursed Arm is available in conjunction with the Scout Fatal Sign. It's going to be a pretty deadly combination if they're able to find the damage.
But the problem is, once again, JAKEB will be very vulnerable in Barrage. It's a very telegraphed move, so unless it's combined with a stun, which they just don't have, having no Eevee, only relying on Cammy's Grumpy Bum, or just funneling players into a bad position, JAKEB is likely to be the priority focus as soon as that animation comes up. You got to remember that whilst you can't cancel that ultimate early, if it doesn't hit anybody and you don't use your charges, you'll be left with some ult charge. But still, that's a very long, effectively cooldown. And here comes the Fatal Sign Scout. Bitey on the top side looking for some damage, but it's actually revealed as that Scout was used by match point there, looking to find out where Eager are and looking for some initial poke.
So now moving in is Kusqt, dropping pretty low, though. Stolzey now on the flank here from Bitey, elects to just nether step his way out of here. Popping the Accursed Arm will find the damage onto Victor. They're just so immobile, like we were talking about. It's going to be picked off cleanly there. doesupz finding a second kill in this fight onto Wi-Fi here. Calming going to go down in the backline to Smidgen here, and it's looking like disaster for Eager.
Oh, and as Eager are getting bombarded by the area damage right there, Bitey does have a totemic ward keeping him safe. Kusqt very low, overextending slightly, but the rest of his team rally round from behind. doesupz looking for the double kill, double up. doesupz doubles down for the double kill right there, takes that out. Poppy Bombs back to safety, and 68 points, no, 70 points already for match point on the objective. As all through that time, so Kyle was just out of the objective, and look at this, Smidgen doesn't even try to dodge, just goes straight into blink block, immunes all that damage with ice block, and then blinks forwards for the zone, and actually saves the point for the team. No return capture for you, they say to Eager. And Eager, they're starting to get chipped down once again. The payload push should be very easy because of this.
Yeah, that was probably the most convincing capture point fight we've seen thus far out of match point, despite the ultimate advantage coming out of Eager. They just lost that high ground fight there so convincingly, and match point were able to take that relatively uncontested.
Well, for me, it's all about the fact that stolzey just flat out ulted, solo ulted Victor. JAKEB. And we've talked about this before, with no immediate sort of space breaker like Cassie's dodge roll, Eevee's blink, Eevee's soar even, to get that three-dimensional air control and make sure you don't get hit with the splash damage, you have no real way as Victor to dodge those Accursed Arm shots versus a good player. And it just means that you're going to get shut down and sent into an immediate 5v4. We saw this last game when Envision kept on getting picked off on Ronin versus Eager, and this time Eager are getting a taste of their own medicine. But hold on, Cammy on the backside tries to get the bomb off, doesn't land anything right there as he is shut down in the King Bomb animation. The payload's getting free passage all the way to the base as Kusqt takes out Wi-Fi. Bitey left contesting. Bitey uses Tempest, but up into the air as doesupz around the backside. King Bomb coming through. King Bomb looking for one. Bitey ghost walks it. He does immune it, and this time Eager with the respawn proximity are starting to hold, but Bitey being very low is taken out. Smidgen very low, dropping damage onto JAKEB. Should fall here. NiPHeaton though with the Tempest. He's got the damage for one. He doesn't find the damage to two. Shut down eventually, and Eager, they will hold so close to their conversion point versus match point, who are at match point for game one.
I think that NiPHeaton Tempest, I immediately brought up his burn cards to see what he was running. We see a lot of Grok Hunters run that kill to heal. Would he have been running that? I think he would have maybe closed out this first game here. He would have been able to sustain through all of that poke.
But in this situation, we got NiPHeaton running Morale Boost, Haven, and Cauterize against the team that you're facing. Which of those do you sub out for a healing card, which is ultimately a luxury, especially when you have such good Cauterize application using your Chain Lightning?
Yeah, it's a very good point. They could likely do it on to perhaps doesupz here on this Bomb King, looking to spread the damage around here. NiPHeaton getting in deep here. The barrage is going to come out from JAKEB. They're trying to find some damage onto somebody. NiPHeaton is all alone here. Bitey dropping very low. He's going to be picked off. NiPHeaton relatively just uncontested here until Z1 Unknown comes out in a Cursed Arm. And a nice Cursed Arm shots up into the skies. Actually going to take out stolzey mid-air.
And oh, hold that thought. I was going to say they're going to give it up, but doesupz with a massive poppy bomb goes for the back door. Bitey in a lot of trouble. Grumpy bomb's there. No stun comes through though. Kept safe, but here's Smidgen. Blinks in, blinks straight back out again at Ice Block. And Eager, they rally for the defense. No back door for you, they say to doesupz. And they shut them down. 8 points to 2 are match point versus Eager, but Eager won't be taken down this easily and swept aside.
Yeah, they're still in a good position to take this one. Have a huge lead here. They're gonna have the burn card advantage coming out here. Pretty much everyone though is gonna be 3 slotted at this point. They have Blizzard and Scout available to him. Tempest is about to come up as well. That's worth noting for sure.
Absolutely, but the burn cards at this point deep into the game should be relatively even between the teams. Also, Eager netting an additional 100 credits from the past 2 rounds on successful payload defenses will give them a bit of a boon. You can see all of them 3-slotted. Bitey finally getting Chronos online. This is really important to me, as that Chronos will allow Bitey to have more Ghost Walks and more totemic boards to keep their team safe. Whether it will actually match up against the damage which Matchpoint are able to output is a different matter, but Kami could be spotted out here. Goes around on the backside. NiPHeaton going to scout them out, and actually NiPHeaton on Grok has the opportunity to 1v2 here. Kami getting poked out, but Bitey goes to the poke as well. There's a fatal time scout on both teams right now. doesupz blinking in or poppy bombing in deep into the backside, and here comes the damage from Bitey. Tempest not going to find anybody though, as they're all out of the issue. That's a major team fight ultimate used already by Eager, but Kami with a double kill keeps the team dream alive right now. Kusqt in a lot of trouble, should get shut down by Z1 Unknown there with the headshot. Ding, damage right there. And now Z1 Unknown with the accursed arm in the small area in that enclosed space will take down Smidgen, and actually Eager for the first time this game come out on top on a point fight engagement, and Matchpoint have to go for the retake.
Yeah, really just explosively good team fight coming out of Z1 Unknown and Kami. They were able to swing that so quickly in their favor. Z1 Unknown coming out with a nice close range solo accursed arm. They're just really decisive plays there, able to get the win on that one. And they're now north of 50 capture points as match point comes for the retake.
But nobody's on the capture point itself. Z1 Unknown goes in for a second, but jumps straight back off again. They're looking for area control. Eager, determined to control the space, so not to be taken advantage of by something like stolzey's accursed arm, which he has just used, forced into reversal right now. But Kami soon to fall. Headshot, dink, 600 damage. stolzey takes him down, but Bitey on the backside does eliminate Smidgen, and that's really important. No EV freeze, no blink block available, and even though stolzey has the double kill, he could fall here. NiPHeaton as well, taken straight out of Tempest. Wi-Fi about to fall though to doesupz as the double kill king returns, and now Bitey, barrage from 3 sides, caught in the trifecta. The triangle of damage is in so much trouble. Stunned out by Grumpy Bomb, but left alive as Victor is immediately prioritized. Should be very soon to fall here. Shut down, a match point at 73 points in favor of Eager. Go for the retake.
And this Victor pick is just really not doing it for me here. Even with all of no focus on him, he still wasn't able to get good value out of his ultimate. Any ultimate where you need to wombo convert to get any sort of value out just isn't worth bringing to the table for me.
Right, it's all about team play and team coordination, but the individual outplay potential of Victor is minimal compared to the champions like Androxus. And I want to talk about Matchpoint's immediate target prioritization. As soon as they hear that audio cue of barrage incoming, they just flat out ignore Bitey. They just go, oh my god, kill the Victor, and shut him down in that animation. Bitey tries to keep the dream alive, but no, Tempest is destroyed, and that will be game 1 going to Matchpoint in a pretty stylish retake fashion for the final objective.
Yeah, a nice Tempest coming out of Bitey there, despite everything. But I'm with you. As soon as Victor shows up to the fight, he just gets slaughtered. And for such an immobile character already, the second he pops his ult, he just paints a huge target on his back. Heading over to the scoreboard though, here we're seeing, despite all the hate we're throwing at the Victor pick here, the worst slash line gonna be one of the Cassies here. Why find this Cassie getting shut down hard here? Only a 3 and 17.
And that's really interesting to me. Victor actually performing equal to Kami, so JAKEB really starting to step things up in this game, but alas, not quite enough to be able to pull out the win. And look at this. This is quite interesting to me. Look at the credit scores. Only 2 players one on each team breaking that would be 2,000 credits, and that is because NiPHeaton was 300 seconds on the objective. That is exactly 5 minutes spent playing the objective there as Grok. And whilst playing the objective does actually boost your credit score, that's expected. Bitey as well, with only 51 seconds, but 51,000 damage, is able to keep himself in there. Z1 Unknown and Cammy notably performing very well in that past game, but not quite enough to shut down the damage coming out of dousupz there. And stolzey as well, and Androxus. Going into game 2 on Temple Ruins, I don't expect any team comp swaps. We've seen that Eager is very committed to making this Victor work, and that could be a bit of a deficit to them as they are lacking the EV CC and damage immunity that comes from that champion. But I don't know if that will actually be pulled out or if they'll just run with the same one again. Any thoughts on that, Pretty Hair?
Yeah, I mean, the slash line isn't that impressive, but the damage is kind of, I guess we kind of slept on it there as he was rivaling Kami there. Victor kind of having probably one of the most high DPS per clip, I would imagine there. He does 70 damage and like per like 0.1 second, I think it is. So he is able to put out a lot of damage, but he has to be so immobile to do it. And right now, Matchpoint is just doing such a good job not letting him get out a lot of damage before just absolutely slaughtering him.
Agreed. So game 2 of this best of 5 set for the grand final placement coming at you live in just a couple of minutes after this short break.
Hello and welcome back, Paladins fans, to your Paladins World Summer Circuit week number 4 on the NA side. My name is Hi-Rez Pretty here. I am joined by none other than Vox Tempest, and we are bringing you the finals for this week between Matchpoint and Eager. On the left side of your spectator UI, we will have Matchpoint. It's going to be Kusqt on that Cassie, stolzey on Androxus, Smidgen on Eevee, NiPHeaton, formerly known as Kyle, on that Grok, and dousupz rounding things out on Bomb King. Box, who do we have on the right side of our spectator UI?
It is once again Team Eager, and as with Matchpoint, there's 2 words which I'd use to describe the team comp that we're seeing right now. There's no need to introduce it. We've already seen it before. It is the salty run back coming out straight again. No champion swaps, no role swaps right here. And as the initial point spawns on Sanctuary, let's see if going with more of the same is good enough for Eager to actually take something off Matchpoint.
Yeah, Bitey, so going to be going for that long roundabout, interestingly enough, on this relatively immobile Grok here. Going to be getting some good poke out on the NiPHeaton, but dousupz throws the Grumpy Bomb in response. This could be dangerous. No, it's going to be blocked out by the Dome Shield here. Bitey getting first blood. This one going heavily in Eager's favor. Bitey now with a double kill. Victor picking up one of his own onto Smidgen there.
I love it. The ambush was perfect. And we saw Z1 Unknown, actually, I love what he did. He went around the left-hand side, made himself visible, started looking for poke, and distracted Matchpoint enough that Eager could get the jump on Matchpoint. And that has given them capture advantage right now. Whether it'll last long is another matter, as Matchpoint have respawned looking for the retake right here, but Eager have they have great distance making. As look at Bitey. Actually, Bitey going out to zone, knowing that he's one of the most effective DPS damage dealers on the side of Team Eager, does get 1 kill, but quickly answered back as stolzey. No, Kusqt with a triple kill so far. Kusqt with the quadra kill right there, wipes out Matchpoint, or wipes out Eager in favor of Matchpoint, and they go for the retake. That is stylish. That's the only word I have to describe that.
Beautiful rock and roll play coming out of there from Kusqt on that Eevee, or on that Cassie, excuse me. Just absolutely putting on a clinic there here. Now, the take back is just absolutely real from Matchpoint. We saw them come back so confident every time they get wiped here, and now it's looking as in their favor as they climb north of 80 points.
And upwards it goes, but up into the air is Androxus. Death awaits you all as Z1 Unknown returns the accursed arm, but it's not quite enough to contest, as off they step the objective. Bitey not staying on the platform for long enough, about to be shut down, and stolzey with the killing spree right there. The triple kill coming out of the backside of that engagement does clean things up. Eager have to mount a defense here. We've seen them do it very well in the past few matches, but it's not looking positive for them if they can't take the capture points after such an early lead.
You know, one thing I want to talk about actually is we just saw Z100 try to go for that accursed arm there and not really get a lot of value out of it because it's so telegraphed. You know, it's that classic triple dash straight up. It's like, all right, here we go. We've seen this movie before. So they all, you know, Smidgen just blocked it. NiPHeaton just ghost walked it, and he got nothing out of it. It's almost like we make fun of like the solo ults, or so everybody gets salty when they get solo ulted, but I feel like that's almost becoming the best case scenario for it. Just whip it out when they expect it least and when they're not prepared for it.
Interesting choice of phrasing there, but yeah, no, I agree with that. Take out the outer curse stun, drop the damage just on one player, and here's where you use the teamfight ultimates. Bitey tries to get the Tempest off, gets a lot of damage onto the group right there, doesn't pick up any kills, but NiPHeaton low on the backside will get taken out by Cammy. The assassination is good, looking for the additional kill. doesupz so very low, does get out of danger in time, but Cammy with the double kill picks up Smidgen. Doesn't matter though, as stolzey up top wipes out Cammy, but JAKEB barrage mid-air shots, getting value out of this victor at last, and the frag grenade goes through and looks for the payload stall right now as Wi-Fi with the impossibly long dodge roll comes off the base immediately all the way to the payload cart and looks to mount the defense. Wi-Fi, what are you running there? Wi-Fi's running lunge 4. Of course, this explains everything. Lunge 4, the card which increases the distance of dodge roll by 80%,
Really?
almost doubling the distance that they can roll. That's
Wow.
that's just rude. Right, that is very rude.
I've actually never played with that card. Have you? What's it like rolling that far?
Disorientating if you're used to only rolling very short distances. Now,
Ooh.
I play with lunge 2 in my particular build. I love that card just for a bit of increased distance, but all of a sudden you're not zooming past people, you're zooming across to the next objective right there. But actually, honestly, I think that could be a potentially valuable card, especially on Temple Ruins defense, as it allows you to immediately close the gap between your base and the payload cart when it's reached the gates.
Sure, but that's kind of almost planning to play on the back foot there.
Yeah.
Not something they want to do. Wow, that was a huge roll. I just actually paid attention to it for the first time. Wi-Fi clearing a lot of distance here, and the fight's beginning to go as we tick down into overtime. A nice Tempest is going to come out, finding a lot of damage. Going to pick up double kill there onto Z1 Unknown and Wi-Fi. Kami finally shutting him down. Smidgen, though, finds the block, and it's going to be good there. A full wipe coming out for match point there in favor of them. Eager trying to stabilize this one. JAKEB the only one left alive here, but he is going to be ragdolled up into the air from the shots from Kusqt.
Oh, and I love what stolzey did. They went up, they held their accursed down, waiting for the rest of the respawns coming through, dropping damage, but Cammy with a double kill, Z1 Unknown with a double kill.
Beautiful.
Are we going to see a full house coming through as only NiPHeaton and Kyle is left alive? Chased down by Cammy. The Ghost Walk is actually good. He's playing Ring Around the Roses right now, but Z1 Unknown with a defiant shot should take him down. No, Cammy getting the triple kill there. A full house wipe for Team Eager, and they do put on a successful defense, as they have done many times previously, but that isn't enough to win games. Going to the next objective, let's take a look at the scoreboard, pull up the burn cards and ultimate charges, and see who might have the early advantage.
Yeah, so right now, just the only ultimate available is going to be Wi-Fi Scout here. A couple of 3 slots coming out from match point, but I think the difference for me in this previous round here, we're seeing a lot more 3 slots come through here. Wi-Fi is playing much better, and JAKEB is playing much better. These slash lines are much improved. Wi-Fi already more than doubling the amount of kills he got in the entire last game in just the first round on this Temple Ruins.
Really playing up, and I wonder if that additional lunge distance might have something to do with it, because lunge is also useful for getting yourself out of danger. If you have 80% increased dodge roll movement, if a Grok pops a Tempest, you're out of the issue immediately. But go Zig, Scout has been activated from Eager. They're looking for the damage. Smidgen under fire, Smidgen into the blink block, but they're not healing up. They've been cauterized, but a double freeze round on the backside. Wi-Fi very low, surely to fall, but here comes the Tempest coming out from Bitey. It's going to find nobody right now as Bitey is shut down by Grok. Up into the air goes Z1 Unknown, drops the damage from the accursed dumb. Eager starting to clean things up, but stolzey on the backside still alive, getting the kills, shoots down Z1 Unknown out of the air, and now JAKEB on Victor fires damage straight into that reversal, but all of a sudden it's 1v2. NiPHeaton shut down, Cammy with a double kill, pulling Eager back into this, and they'll take the initial capture point advantage.
Ami now rocking the 7th streak. They're sitting comfortably at 10-4 here. That kill to heal really paying a lot of dividends for him in that last fight, as he was credited with many killing blows here. Now he's looking to pressure out Smidgen, who blinks aggressively onto the point, but quickly wormholes back out to get to his team. The boys of match point are looking for the retake potential. It is currently in Eager's favor, sitting at 37 points to 2, but it's nothing to be worried about. Match point have everything in their power to retake this one.
But here's my issue with what just happened, is JAKEB does actually get a useful barrage off there, taking out Kyle. Very good, but stolzey with the accursed dumb, dropping him in return. Stolzey with a low angle accursed dumb, actually making great use of that, and the cleanup comes through. Bitey was out in the front line contesting for so long, and this just allowed Cammy and JAKEB on Victor to be poked down repeatedly, and Eager actually only stacking up 39 points on the objective after a good solid minute of time spent fighting around it. That's pretty abysmal when you consider that should be closer to 70 right there.
Yeah, it was a kind of an extended engagement. You know, it wasn't like a clean victory here. We're going to see Cammy drop from the sky, though, in his King Bomb, getting a double kill and more damage onto Kusqt, almost a triple there. Going to be taken out by some nice defiance shots from stolzey, but not before putting out a lot of poke there. He's going to be dropped very low here. Kusqt's already been picked up by Z1 Unknown. He's being juggled right now, but he's sitting on a double kill comfortably in reversal. He's going to get the triple kill now onto doesupz here. The takeback is real.
And Eager holding strong. Bitey now on the objective has the opportunity to close things out just with a simple dome shield. Z1 Unknown, triple nether step onto the air. NiPHeaton on the objective. Dome shield is good to contest it for a while. And in comes Smidgen as well. Death awaits you all though. Z1 Unknown drops the curse down. The damage is good enough, and Eager will actually close out an objective for themselves. 2 points to 3. Now 3 in favor of Eager, and Eager looking to make this series a much closer game than the one we had previously with the first match on Glacier Keep. I love what's going on here, but previously we've seen Eager put up a great defense. Can Matchpoint match that, do you think?
Maybe. We'll have to see. They haven't been on the back foot very often here, and just a beautiful Tempest coming out of Bitey in that last fight here, having the presence of mind to know when all of the enemy team's defensive cooldowns had already been used, getting so much value out of that. Z1 Unknown already way deep in the base here. A lot of members of Eager are providing so much forward zoning right now. They are really looking to take some aggressive positioning here.
Oh, look where Cammy just was. Cammy coming out of Eager's base all the way around the backside, dropping area damage with sticky bombs, gets the kill on a Smidgen around the corner, and in comes Wi-Fi with that impossible dodge roll, picks up NiPHeaton as well. stolzey does answer back for a trade. The kills are going either way, Matchpoint holding, but Wi-Fi now picks up the triple kill, looking for the quadra kill as doesupz now comes under fire, but Bomb King won't be shut down that easily. The dodge rolls will keep you safe momentarily, but Bitey from behind actually saving Wi-Fi's life right there and pushing this one on further towards Matchpoint's base.
We talked about how important it was for a top-level team to value saving the lives of their teammates. The respawn proximity is very heavily in favor of the defending team, given this capture point. But the Tempests are going to come out here, finding good damage here onto doesupz now with a double kill, dropping the hot triple kill in the backline there, completely unanswered, and wipes Eager off the face of the map.
And a fantastic play coming out of the Bomb King from Matchpoint, showing that Cammy does have a rival on their own team. But look at the ultimate charts. We pull up the scoreboard right now. A lot of ultimates coming up for Eager very shortly, and notably Tempest for Bitey is available very, very soon. Now, Bitey hasn't made great use of it so far in this game, but we've seen it be devastating previously. If he gets that damage off, it could have a massive effect on the enemy team of Matchpoint on the defense.
Just as you say it, Bitey drops his Tempest onto Smidgen, who was ice blocked. More than happy to take that cooldown away. Finds absolutely no value from it there. But Eager have begun to push the payload forward as they are finding a lot of picks here, but the respawns are starting to come through for Matchpoint here. They only need to hold for another 20 seconds before sending things into overtime. Let's see if they can do it.
doesupz did get something out of the King Bomb there, but oh my goodness, Z1 Unknown, that is not a good place to ult right there, as ice blocked out is that accursed arm. Now 2 players of Eager remaining, Bitey and JAKEB, and with Bitey down, JAKEB on Victor just cannot contest. stolzey wipes the floor with him, takes him out with the dink, and that will be the defense failing, or the defense actually succeeding, despite what you see on screen.
So
3-3 other scores. It is a confusing bug, but moving into the next patch, we hope to have that updated for you, so it's a little bit less confusing, especially for us roaming around in free cam.
Yep, so coming into the third round here, we'll be looking at the burn cards here. Already 3 slotted, knowing exactly what they want to go for will be Wi-Fi, Z1 Unknown, stolzey, doesupz, and NiPHeaton, picking up a couple of cauterizes on either side. Deft hands going over to JAKEB there on the Victor. That's a card not oftentimes seen up, but I feel it is extremely valuable on Victor, given how his bonus damage works here. The first 4 shots of his clip will deal the bonus damage in conjunction with the grenade, obviously marking targets that he's able to hit.
Now Eager looking for the ambush. They're going for a bit of a pincer maneuver. Cammy starting to drop some damage onto Sakyle again. NiPHeaton forced out, getting very low. Will be able to ghost walk out of danger for a while, but up goes Cammy, down goes Cammy. King Bomb incoming, looking for White, looking for Kusqt. Finds the Cassie pick, and while Smidgen returns the damage and doesupz gets credit for that kill, the damage is already done. Now doesupz under pressure from Wi-Fi, drops the damage. No popping bomb available, should get shut down. Wi-Fi with a double kill, looking for the triple kill as stolzey on the backside, forced into reversal. Is in a lot of trouble. Nether step is available, gets up into the air, and now Smidgen comes with a return, dropping damage onto Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi taken out by the air by stolzey right there. Mid-jump shot up in the air, and Droxus remaining Lord of the Skies. You cannot even get your feet off the ground without this man prioritizing you and taking you down. And the retake potential from Matchpoint, despite the ambush, is great. They have countered phenomenally, and now Eager are on the back foot.
Yeah, Z1 Unknown, we're not really sure where he wants to go with that. Ends up getting picked off. That's huge, as that is Eager's main damage dealer here. Cammy trying to fill the shoes of the Androxus here, raining down sticky bombs from above, but it looks like he will be taken out quickly, and just methodically doesupz getting these double kills here. Now with a triple kill. Getting all the kills there onto Wi-Fi there, picking up massive damage here on this Bomb King, really showing up today.
It's not often that we see true quadra kills come out that are chained together like that, rather than coming from ultimates like Tempest or Accursed Arm. But when we do, they are all the better for it. doesupz playing Bomb King phenomenally, but actually Cammy answers back with a kill. JAKEB trying to hustle onto the objective is a little bit too late, and Matchpoint take the third objective of this game as Smidgen blinks in deep looking for Wi-Fi. The shutdown is good. Smidgen gets the double kill. Wormhole blinks back just in time to save themselves, and they start to open up Matchpoint, start to open up the corridor, the passageway to pass through this choke point relatively unhindered.
And watch doesupz juggle himself in the air all day there on this Bomb King, just putting out so much damage onto Bitey there. Z1 Unknown gonna fall to the combination of Kusqt and Smidgen here. Matchpoint looking really strong, pushing this one out. Already about to pass the halfway mark here with just under 2 minutes remaining there. Kusqt gets the kill onto Wi-Fi there, showing he is the better Cassie in that exchange. stolzey getting JAKEB once again. Smidgen finding a nice blink block up onto the rafters of the base here. Tempest gonna come out in response, trying to keep himself alive. Smidgen was able to wormhole away, and while now continue the assault onto Bitey here, trying to save the life of stolzey, his teammate, his Androxus, but he will fall to Wi-Fi on that Cassie. But the Tempest were popped in response, not finding a lot of value there, as he's taken out very quickly there by Wi-Fi here. Now looking like they're able to stabilize his Eager.
So Eager once again going for the defense. Payload is in the base, but they've done this once before previously. They can do it again, and they're starting to look for the long-range poke. Check out JAKEB's positioning as Victor up on the high ground, throwing the frag grenade out, then retreats back around for a better angle onto the objective. Also look at Cammy as well, throwing sticky bombs out as he can get damage around corners, get damage around cover, and look to maybe poke out the grok that comes around and places a Tempest having ward. But Cammy forced out by the damage coming from doesupz, and slowly Matchpoint starts to advance on Eager's base.
Yeah, but still just under a minute remaining here. stolzey going to come out with the Accursed Arm, finding a lot of damage, credited with a double kill there. doesupz picking up Wi-Fi as well there, but a nice chain lightning in response will put some poke onto the boys of Matchpoint. But Kusqt is going to be taking out Bitey and Cammy for a double kill of his own, and this is looking like a conversion here, unless Eager can get something going.
Well, Wi-Fi just rolled off the top ranks and actually rolled way past the payload right there, only contesting it just for a second, and in a vulnerable position did get wiped out. Look at all the health nuggets which are actually scattering the ground right there, as it was a complete murder zone right at the end. Either way, the score board reads 7-3 in favor of Matchpoint, almost identical to the last game. Matchpoint at matchpoint, but not at set point yet, as there will be at least one more game in the set if Matchpoint do clinch the next objective. The burn cards are as follows: Kusqt with 2, stolzey with 3, Smidgen with 2, and NiPHeaton and doesupz with 3. We can see 2 Chronuses coming out on the side of Matchpoint, and they are rolling in credits right now. They have plenty of money to burn, as you now have 3 on everybody besides Smidgen, who's been playing, whilst they're 8, 12, and 21, they've been playing more of an aggressive frontlining EV and a bit more of a risky EV. And has that been working off very well for the side of Matchpoint, do you think?
Not so much. One thing I do want to talk about real quick is we've seen JAKEB on this Victor picking up Gather every single round, despite not picking up the card. The name escapes me right now, but I know Victor has a card that kind of vacuums all the health drops to him. I find it very strange that he's going for the Gather without running this card in conjunction.
It is a little bit bizarre, but he's going instead for Firing Stance 4, which increases his movement speed whilst using Iron Sights by 40%, trying to make up a little bit for that movement speed deficit. Oh, Cammy jumps into the Grumpy Bomb, stacked up with Sticky Bombs, shut down immediately by stolzey with the headshot right there. NiPHeaton picks up Wi-Fi on the backside of things, and the Matchpoint start to take the objective control. Bitey under fire from 3, Accursed Arm drop, goes into the Ghost Walk very briefly, but shut down completely for the full sweep. And Matchpoint, they're going to get 3 players onto the objective and start ticking that capture rate up.
Yep, Smidgen and doesupz already moving out forward with the forward zone, forcing out the reversal from Z1 Unknown, who goes up into the air to pop his Accursed Arm. Will find 1 kill onto doesupz there, but no further poke will be given out except onto Kusqt there. Now trying to deal with Smidgen, who is in the backline, absolutely ravaging his teammates here. JAKEB is going to be taken out before he can get anywhere near the point here. Cammy as well is going to go down to the 3v1 here on the capture point.
And Eager are just Eager, they're holding the high ground for the time being, but match point, they're just holding the objective. NiPHeaton very low, has been scouted out, revealed, but Totemic Ward is down. There's nobody who can go in. Z1 Unknown dives in for a second, but shut down immediately. The kills just come through. That's the full post-game wipe right there. And match point take game 2 in an identical 9-3 sweep like the last game beforehand.
Yeah, just too clean there. Just too textbook moving out for the forward zone. Finding a pick was Smidgen. They were just, and Eager was never able to fully attack that for the take back as 5 there. And as a result, match point able to take that one super cleanly. Headed over to the scoreboard. It tells pretty much that exact story. Stolzey absolutely going off on this, and JAKEB is sitting 26 and 10, almost breaking 70k damage.
And although it's an 18-minute game, 70k damage not quite breached. That's a ridiculous slash line for the defense, which Eager are putting up. Z1 Unknown just unable to match that currently. But again, we can't not talk about it. The lowest damage in the on the team, not the lowest damage in game, actually going to NiPHeaton. So Kyle right there, who all the while was playing the objective, maybe not so much of a part in these fights, which is why they have the lower damage, is JAKEB again, sitting at 43,000, 615 and 25 KDA, whilst they do have a lot of assists, and actually enough assists to rival Kusqt on Cassie, who has 28, assisted by that Scout ultimate as well, which will grant you eliminations when somebody kills them if they've been revealed. It's just not enough. It's not enough pressure. It's not enough presence. It's not enough utility. And you mentioned this whilst we were actually offline when the stream was in the break period. You mentioned that Victor just doesn't have any utility to bring to a fight, and kind of guide me through that a little bit.
He brings nothing but raw damage. So for running through his abilities, obviously the assault rifle just has, it's basically the primary fire, and the alternate fire is allowing you to bring up the sights. No utility there. The grenade providing a little bit of knockback, I guess, if you want to consider that utility. The sprint is just his movement ability. There's really no utility in a team fight there. And his ultimate is just straight up damage, just area damage in the team fight. But he has to be so slow to use it. As a result, I don't think it's JAKEB playing bad. I'm sure he really is a good Victor player, but it's just match point knowing and understanding the Victor pick and able to just focus it out.
And I have no idea why Eager are so insistent on running it. They appear to be shooting themselves in the foot with it. And I know that JAKEB has Cassie in their pool. We know that Wi-Fi has Eevee in their champion pool. Somebody has a buck. I mean, Cammy's playing a great Bomb King right now. I would not take Cammy off Bomb King. But Cammy also has a buck in their kit, in the champion pool. So something has to change. This is do or die for Eager as we proceed on to game 3 on Enchanted Forest, the next map up. And if Eager don't take a win here, they will get shut out in the 3-0 sweep for the 4th week in a row. We'll be back with that game after this short break. Champions of the Realm, welcome back to our 3rd game of this best of 5 grand finals between Matchpoint and Team Eager. On the left-hand side of your scoreboard, we do have Matchpoint. On the right side, it will be Team Eager. I am joined here today by my co-commentator, Hi-Rez Pretty Hair, and we have a bit of a champion switch-up coming through. Pretty Hair, talk me through this.
Yep, so JAKEB running that Victor on the first 2 maps will be going for that Kinessa here in conjunction with Kusqt running the Kinessa there. So there will be a Kinessa v Kinessa matchup here finally.
And I'm very excited to see how that goes right there. Kusqt and JAKEB both running morale boost, looking to get Headhunter online as quickly as possible. But in all honesty, I'm a little bit nervous for JAKEB. There's Smidgen on the other team, and Eevee going for that backline assassination could mean curtains for JAKEB if they get the freeze and the blink bonus damage off, and the combination going off. Initial objective spawn is on the middle point of this map, right in the middle of your mini-map, but the fight is actually breaking around on the right-hand side. You see Cammy looking in the backside for Kusqt, has found him in the bush right there, drops a couple of sticky bombs, takes him down to half health immediately. Transporter is good enough to keep him alive very briefly, mounting up, trying to run Kusqt out of the issue, and all the meanwhile, Wi-Fi is actually taking out doesupz, but Smidgen has assassinated JAKEB in the background.
Yep, trying to get the kill on the Cammy there was stolzey, but he elects to just let it go despite Cammy being slowed there by the Oppressor Mine coming out of his friendly Kinessa. But this one is looking as like it's still pretty much even here. 3 for 3 traded out. Now sitting at a 4 for 4 here. Just a couple of members from each team remaining on the point. Smidgen and NiPHeaton are hot on Z1's trail, trying to take him out here. Moving forward, no team has taken a convincing enough win here to even get on the capture point yet.
So I talked about how I was a little bit nervous for JAKEB running the Kinessa whilst you have an Eevee on the other team. But at the same time, there's no Fatal Sign Scout Cassie going to be available to match point. And I'm wondering if this is going to put them at a bit of a deficit. NiPHeaton going to contest the objective for a while. But in comes the Grumpy Bomb. You got to get away from there. And Eager, they're still taking the advantage. They're clearing out the area. But stolzey on the backside looking for Cammy. Shot out of the air. JAKEB with the Headhunter does take him down. JAKEB is wiped out by doesupz. And match point, they go for the retake and the team wipe.
Yep, so still no really convincing wins here, as match point is just able to get on the point here, barely starting to tick things up in his favor. And I think you make a good point here. Smidgen on this Eevee is going to be putting a lot of pressure onto JAKEB here on this Kinessa, and there's nobody really on Eager unless Kami wants to dive in super aggressively to do it for Kusqt. So he might be looking to have the more stellar performance here, as he's just going to go uncontested a lot of time, I feel like.
And look at all these Kinessa things. I can see them going across the map. Kami poked out low by the headshot, sitting at no health, is able to still take somebody down. Zeonono takes out Kusqt. stolzey wipes out Kami, and JAKEB takes... Man, the kills are just flying both ways right now. There's no clear victor. In all honesty, I think that dropping the Cassie for a Kinessa might not have been the best decision which Matchpoint could have made, because whilst they're taking an advantage in the point fight here, it's nowhere near as big, and it's a lot more delayed than it has been previously. They're not having the same clear wipe that we've seen before.
stolzey pushing forward, though, absolutely blasting out JAKEB here with those Defiant Sluts. doesupz going to come through with the King Bomb ultimate, not getting a lot of value in that. Kami was able to kind of get away from that. Now with the King Bomb in response, going to come around the tree there, surprising Smidgen, taking him out. stolzey finds the kill onto Kami. They're trying to stay alive here. Z1 Unknown going to get taken down, giving stolzey a double kill and the objective point.
Oh, Kusqt just dinking the headshot there onto JAKEB, showing who is the better Kinessa right now. It does take them down now, pushes out to the stealth grass, and pushes out to get a long line of sight advantage to try and push and chip down some players before they reach the payload card. But Kami's having none of it. The sticky bombs are being thrown. Revealed by Scout is both Kusqt and doesupz, and they're being chipped down themselves, but Kusqt, still at full health, is still dropping damage. Up in the air, JAKEB does pop Headhunter, looking for a shot onto somebody, anybody. They're not able to clean up Kusqt. Kusqt still alive, transported to safety right now, and JAKEB forced to do the same, as they have both been chipped down by each other's fire.
Yeah, Bitey gonna go down there to the combination of the Blizzard and Smidgen's left click damage there. Kusqt with a double kill, and dousupz picking up JAKEB. This is a very convincing fight coming out of match point here. dousupz doubling down with the double kill, as you like to say, picking up Wi-Fi here, and this looks like it could be curtains for Eager.
Oh, nobody's contesting the payload. Nobody can get that close. Kusqt with back-to-back double kills. Looks for the triple kill. Doesn't need to find it, though, as the round has already ended. There's the post-round triple kill right there to close things out. Just a little bit of salt in the wound after that. And Kusqt just on fire as a sniper rifle, right now. Not the sniper rifle. The sniper rifle is what Kinessa is using, of course, to take down her enemies.
Yeah, I think we can go ahead and pat ourselves on the back there for calling this one. Hey, he's just kind of unchecked here in the back line. Kusqt is sitting on a 10 streak here, sitting 3 slotted, very comfortable with this life rip. He's got all the credits at his disposal, buying whatever burn cards he wants, and there's just nobody to really get in there and mix things up in the back line of match point.
There's none of that disruption. There's none of that backline assassination. They're going for the ranged poke, but match point, they have the advantage of Smidgen on Eevee. And Smidgen, 3, 2, and 5 is going in dangerously, getting picked off, but that's okay because they're distracting Kinessa. And here's the thing about Kinessa. You don't actually need to kill Kinessa to make her ineffective and turn the game into a 5v4 in your favor. All you have to do is distract her. If she's not shooting down that sniper rifle, you effectively don't have a 5th teammate. And that's exactly what they've been doing on the side of match point. Although Kami did take an early kill into stolzey, the kills are going back each way, 2 for 2 so far. And NiPHeaton looking for some damage onto Bitey, does dodge around, avoiding that chain lightning damage. But no, 2 players and match point getting poked out. Gonna get pincer between Z1 Unknown here. The totemic ward goes down, keeping them safe for the time being, but Smidgen in a lot of trouble, does dodge out the way. Z1 Unknown, does he have the ultimate available? No, not quite yet, but here comes the Tempest as well. NiPHeaton shut down by Bitey immediately, who responds with the Tempest of their own, but is going to find no damage off the backside of that. Smidgen does take kills of their own. Wi-Fi goes in deep, though, and the kills, once again, they're going either way. There are so many health drops around on the ground as well that the fights are just extended as a result. Bitey unable to reach it, does get shut down by stolzey, who immediately then steps into one of those health drops for the double kill. Looking for the triple kills. Wi-Fi, very low, will get taken out. stolzey with a triple kill, able to replenish his health with the health drops and the health nuggets dropped on the ground from all of those kills, and secures match point's early lead on the objective once again.
Beautiful shots coming out of stolzey there, but for me, Smidgen was really the MVP of that fight. He was able to stay alive through that whole fight there. As we see, he is on a 6 streak there. He was able to get out of combat despite being poked so low by the enemy Kinessa, healing back up and coming and having yet another impact on the fight there. Getting into the second take-back fight, trying to make it, is Eager here. Kusqt going to open things up with the kill onto Z1 Unknown. That's huge. That's a lot of their team fight damage gone here. Smidgen's picking up Kami on the back. Smidgen with a double kill onto Wi-Fi here. Eager starting to look desperate here, as all that remains is Bitey and JAKEB. Bitey's going to fall to dousupz, and JAKEB soon after, as he is a Kinessa with nowhere to run here and absolutely collapsed on.
Try and run. It works both ways. Kinessa shut down by stolzey, and Z1 Unknown unable to make their way in. Forced to reversal, forced another step away as the stack and objective this game goes to match point, and this is looking actually a lot worse than the previous game on Temple Ruins, where there is at least contention, at least a payload defense. Match point just sweeping aside all that's left of Eager, and this Kinessa pick so far, it's working out so far for Eager, but honestly, I don't think that's because of the Kinessa pick. I just think it's because of the team play in composition with the Eevee able to put pressure on the enemy Kinessa.
Yep, so Wi-Fi going to be poked out very low here. stolzey finding a kill on Nakami. stolzey finding a double kill on the JAKEB. doesupz is going to pick up Wi-Fi there in the back, and match point looking to just snowball this one. They are absolutely rolling here. They are already up 6-0, and we have not even passed the 10-minute mark in this match. They're looking to close this one out early with authority here, capitalizing on the adjustments of Eager.
Absolutely. Now, 8 minutes into the game, Kusqt with the headshot dinks out Bitey. Give your king a big hug. You know who is rolling though? It's Kali, but he's going to get shut down before the explosion comes through. And Kusqt using the headhunter ultimate, try and run. Transporter fails, gets the miss there. Still trying to shut out JAKEB. No shots actually connecting right now. Forced out as the sniper rifle does actually connect. But here comes Smidgen with the blizzard as well, looking to drop damage into Wi-Fi. Finds the kill into Wi-Fi here. The Tempest is good. Bitey's ticked low, but Bitey returns with another Tempest, but it's blocked by line of sight. NiPHeaton able to dodge around the payload for it. Gets the conversion as Kami not close enough to secure the defense on that. And 8 points to 0 and only 8 minutes and 37 seconds into the game. Lead match point.
This is absolutely textbook stuff here. Really good play coming out of match point here. stolzey sitting on a 16 streak right now, 15-5 on this Androxus. Kusqt on an 8, and NiPHeaton on an 11 on this Grok, able to stay alive and get a lot of work done in the front line.
That's just because NiPHeaton as well is playing the objective. You can always find him on or around the objective on the capture point, unlike Bitey, who prefers to play a more aggressive Grok, pushing out, holding down less of that objective until the area is cleared. And that also allows match point to actually just sit and stack up, 40, 50 points on the objective before they're forced off and potentially have had to go for retakes in previous rounds. If Eager can accomplish something similar, that might turn the tide in their favor. But I would be very, very worried because they got to play protect the Kinessa at the moment, having no kind of answer to draw fire on away from them by pressuring the enemy Kinessa. And here comes doesupz. Doesn't land the king bomb already, but in goes the transporter as well. JAKEB actually transports straight into danger, still at full health, but Smidgen already takes out Wi-Fi, and that's an early advantage for match point.
Yep, Smidgen going to be dropped in the back line, though, blinking in very aggressively, taken out by Z1 Unknown. stolzey going to be dropping the accursed arm, finds a kill onto JAKEB, but no further kills go his way. Kusqt is caught between a rock and a hard place here, with Androxus just laying into him. Kami giving the support fire here. The initial fight looks to be going the way of Eager here. Only 2 members of match point remain here to contest.
Do you think this is Eager's comeback potential right now? Kami in a bit of trouble, very low on health, can sit in this totemic ward and start healing up some health with healing rain, as well as netting kill the heal if they had that equipped. But no, JAKEB is the one running kill the heal this time. And on the backside, Z1 Unknown wipes out stolzey. Eager, actually, they do have comeback potential pretty here. And walk me through this.
Wow, Eager really looking strong here. 4 members are zoning out in front here. Kami elected to sit here back on the point here, trying to capture this one up. They're moving north of 90 points. Bitey now with a double kill on the front line. Match point have absolutely no answer for this. And for the first time this map, Eager is going to be on the board.
But it's already too close now. Match point cannot win off this defense. They already sit at match point at 8 points so far. But Eager, they need to go for the conversions here. They can't just rely on capture control so far, because 1 out of 3, whilst it ain't bad, it's a little bit too bad to win the game off the backside. And as Kami gets shut down by doesupz, way overextended, frozen out in midair, the aggressive defense is going to come out from match point as they look to hurl damage onto Wi-Fi. And just doesupz on a complete tear right here, playing Bomb King to the best of their ability. The juggling is phenomenal, and the pressure that Eager are under is insurmountable right now.
Yeah, I want to chalk this up. Smidgen getting very aggressive in that last fight. Kusqt getting very aggressive in that capture point fight. May have a little bit of overconfidence shining through for match point there, because they're looking ever so strong in these in this post team fight here, just absolutely wiping the floor with Eager. A 4-for-0 in this fight right now. Kami likely to go down here, gonna fall back to his spawn and try and regroup with his teammates.
And interesting enough, around the backside comes Bitey. Bitey on Grok, looking to make the ambush right here, going around very fast, staying in stealth grass. and finds nobody as match point is already in Eager's spawn. Z1 Unknown does wipe out stolzey, though that's a very big boon for Eager. They might be able to make a push out of this, but still, doesupz on the payload preventing its push any further. Grumpy Bomber is down, death awaits Yule. Z1 Unknown at the Androxus, a Cursed ultimate takes down Kusqt, and that's huge right now, but try and run on the backside. JAKEB using the ultimate is wiped out by Smidgen. Bitey so low, they need this Grok alive to be able to push the payload, but it doesn't matter. doesupz still playing the objective. Smidgen still playing the objective. This payload's going nowhere, and Eager is going nowhere, advancing only further backwards towards their spawn.
Yeah, match point just looking so strong here. Unfortunately, that one slip up did cost them the capture point here, and they allowed Eager to get on the board here. doesupz is going to find a kill onto JAKEB, and match point are just allowing Eager no room to breathe here, almost spawn camping them at this point here. 2 kills going the way of match point. Now finally returning one will be Wi-Fi onto doesupz. They're able to take him out. Smidgen is very deep though in the 1v3. He's going to just soar out though, and all things told, it's really looking like match point's game at this point.
With all due respect, do we need to change the name of the game from Paladins here to Farmville? Because that appears to be exactly what's happening to Matchpoint. Bitey with the Tempest tries to change things around, sniped out by Kusqt. Wi-Fi soon to fall as well to NiPHeaton. 5 seconds left on the payload push. Nobody on the payload push. Somebody's got there now, but NiPHeaton is still on there with the double kill, and that is the defense succeeding. The payload push has failed, even with Z1 Unknown getting a double kill on the backside of things, as nobody is playing the objective from Eager.
That is damn near the least amount of progress I think I've ever seen made on a payload push there. I don't know if Eager was just giving up on that push entirely, or they were just moving out, trying to farm some credits, looking forward to the next round. We saw a lot of this kind of in the EU games yesterday, actually. A lot of teams really weren't investing a whole lot of ultimates and things of that nature into these conversion pushes. They were just really trying to focus on winning the capture point. This could be what Eager's looking to do here to close this one out.
And they could close it out very quickly with the next objective take. It will be around this middle point in Enchanted Forest, which we saw the first capture of this game break, the fight break out around. Now, it was a very elongated capture fight. Do you think that it's going to be swept aside a lot faster this time if the teams have worked each other out a little bit?
I think if Eager's looking to start their comeback, you know, they're just as I try to say that, Kusqt picking up first blood in the fight on the Wi-Fi here. This had to be Eager's fight here, and right now it is going all the way of match point on the back of Kusqt, now sitting on the double kill. Gonna pick up the triple kill there on the Bitey. Smidgen finds JAKEB in the backline. Any chance that they had a backline support there is now gone. stolzey picking up Kami, absolutely cleaned out is Eager.
And with triples coming through for match point on every objective fight from a whole variety of players, there is a clear victor in today's best of 5 set in the grand finals. Match point holding strong. Z1 Unknown forced out by Bomb King, looks to mount an offense but has to run for their life. NiPHeaton come through. Bitey has the opportunity to contest, but they're running out of time. It's at 92 points. Somebody has to get on there. It's going to be Bitey, but no ultimates are available. And here comes Tempest. It's from NiPHeaton. He's just standing still up in the air in that pose with the thunderclouds raining down the lightning. It is all over for Eager as a match point sweep them aside for the 3-0 sweep, the 4th week in a row in the Paladin Summer Circuit.
Yeah, while it was a good showing from Eager there, I like to see that they were making some adjustments to their picks. You know, they picked up the Kinessa instead of Victor, but it might have just been kind of too little too late. They were already down 2 maps to none there, and you know, match point was just able to figure out the Kinessa pick so quickly.
Honestly, although we had a bit of a better showing in Temple Ruins, I think you'd agree from Eager, with better defenses and a capture of their own. I like them more in Enchanted Forest, switching things up and trying something different.
Yeah,
I totally. Yeah, go ahead.
I totally agree. I love to see teams, you know, make adjustments, figure it out. You know, if you get kind of stomped with a comp and you just, you know, the salty run back, you know, it's all good and there's a place for that. But, you know, as we get towards roster locks and halfway through the circuit here, you need to show the ability to adapt, especially as more champions come into the game. You cannot be a one-trick pony.
Agreed. And, well, JAKEB has shown that they have a Kinessa in their kit. 36,000 damage is nothing to be ashamed of. Not the lowest in game, actually the 3rd highest on their team. Doesn't beat out anybody from match point, but due to the pressure that Smidgen was putting onto them, I think that's still a very impressive damage numbers.
Exactly.
Now, if potentially there was a bit more backline defense from the side of Eager, or if there's a bit more backline pressure onto match point's own backline, that could have gone very, very differently. Excuse me, that could have gone very, very differently. That could have shown chance for JAKEB to shine a little bit more. Going into the next week, it is week 5. Match point have taken 4 weeks away from them. At this point, the chance of getting closer to that first place prize at the end of the summer circuit is dwindling for Ego. They do need to shift something around, but they have a whole week to prepare for it, and we're excited to see what they will be able to pull out. That'll be it from us, however, for this week at Paladins World. My name has been Vox. I've been joined on the commentary desk today by Hi-Rez Pretty Hair and Rain Day. You can find our social media information in chat very shortly, of course. Give a big round of applause in Twitch chat. Show me your best copy-pasta memes for Paladins. And as a shout-out and a thank you to Dave and Kenneth, who are Only Light and Phasian, the admins and founders of Paladins World, who have made all of this possible for us. And of course, follow them on Twitch and Twitter. You're going to find them on Twitter at Paladins World. And of course, don't forget to stay up to date with Paladins competitive news by following at Paladins Pro on Twitter. That's enough for us for the time being, and we will see you back next weekend for more Paladins Summer Circuit.